Step number one in preparing for mediation is to decide when you want to do it. Do we want to do it early and try to nip this case in the bud and resolve it early before we invest a lot of money in the discovery process? Or do we want to be as prepared as possible for that mediation? And we want to do written discovery. We want to do depositions. We want to really dig in and prepare our case and prepare our mediation statement before we do mediation. That's going to be determined by consideration of the complexity of the case, as well as what you think the prospects of resolution at mediation might be. If we think we're going to have to go through all this discovery and case preparation anyway, go ahead and put it later in the case so that you can have a better mediation with more information on the table. But if you really think it's a pretty simple case, not easy, but simple case where it's like, well, I want the kids and they want the kids, so let's, go to mediation and let's talk it out. That might be an opportunity to go to mediation early in the process, save yourself some time, save yourself some heartache, and save yourself some money by timing the mediation effectively. Step number two in preparing for mediation, and I've talked about this before, is going to be to get clarity on where the line is, what you will tolerate. Not the other side doing to you, but what you're going to do to yourself, right? Because mediation, it's not mandatory that you come to resolution. Whatever comes out of mediation is something you've done to yourself, right? So what can you live with having done to yourself or having done for yourself and for your family? So get clarity on what's important to you, get clarity on where the lines are, because I'm telling you guys, in mediation, whether it's the other side or the mediator, or hopefully not if you're working with Foxtrot, but if you're working with another lawyer, maybe even your lawyer, they're going to be trying to move that line for you, to get you to negotiate with yourself, to negotiate with who you are, what you stand for, and what you want for yourself and your family. So get clarity on who you are, what you want for yourself and your family, and therefore where the line is that you're just not willing to cross and you're not willing to move either. Step number three in preparing for mediation, if you've gotten clarity on organizing your priorities or what your priorities are, then yeah, step three would be organizing those priorities and standing firm when you attend the mediation on here's what we're going to address first. Every single offer that we're going to have is going to have, 50-50 custody. If we're not talking about 50-50 custody, we're not talking. If this counteroffer, if this third offer comes back and it doesn't have 50-50 child custody in it, we're going to end the mediation. So step number one, we've decided when we're going to do the mediation, early or late. Step number two, we've gotten clarity on what our priorities are. Step number three, we're going to organize the discussion of those priorities so that if we're not making any headway on what's really important to us, we can save ourselves time and money at the mediation and not sit there all day to not even come to a deal on what's most important to us. Step four in preparing for mediation is to get a vision in your mind of what walking away from the table is going to look like, right? What is as they say in the negotiation books, the best alternative to a negotiated agreement? You've got to be mentally and emotionally prepared to walk away. If you are not, you will settle for some bullshit. You will settle for something that you will never feel good about. That doesn't mean you should walk away. You just have to be prepared to walk away. And you and your lawyer need to get together and have a clear understanding of, okay, what are we looking at as far as further investment in the case if we walk away from the table? What are we looking at as far as the next step in the process if we walk away from the mediation table? Have that discussion just so you know, so you're making an educated decision that when you or your lawyer decide to say, guys, thank you for your time today. I don't want to waste any more of it. Y'all be well. We're going to move forward in the case. We'll see your ass in court, right? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Be prepared for that. Not because you want to do that, but because you're going to be more prepared for your mediation. You're going to get a better deal at your mediation. You're going to be in a better place to get a better deal at your mediation if you're prepared to walk away.